I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Mankson and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Mankson sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Mankson and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Mankson, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Mankson learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Mankson set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Mankson, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers. With a background in finances, I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Mankson's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right. Thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless. Yo. What's good? It's Chairman House of Barf. About to get started. Get this laptop up. a few things. Got some applications I got to submit for a job, and also trying to acquire just a small loan to get me by for a little while. These loans they're starting to kind of get ridiculous too, honestly. And the thing is, I should have been using the money to, fund this podcast, but unfortunately, or, I prefer to call it this interaction I'm having with y'all, you know, uh, but unfortunately, being a knucklehead, been funding it to fund my, I guess, my lifestyle, I like to go out and hang out and whatnot, just complete ridiculousness. Um, so, got a couple applications I got to put in. One thing I saw, a couple things I've seen a few things. I don't touch on everything because I don't want to become what they call a talking head, essentially someone who repeats everything that they see, or um, they call a lot of news anchors talking heads. So it's just a theory. Oh, one thing, Carolina fam is going to be speaking at the NASDAQ, I believe this September. I seen China, I guess, biggest real estate firm is filing for bankruptcy. And I'm also seeing they're calling offices ghost towns. Those are a few things I've noticed. And I think China overall, the whole country as a whole, is going through like a bankruptcy issue. Should have set in those order types again on some of those Chinese stocks. JD, Tencent, Alibaba, I think BYD. I think it's not the gaming company, but the car company. That who else? A few of them. A few of them. But the talking heads essentially. So I'm not sure if it's fact, but I mean I've seen it. It's a conspiracy theory that there's only about 5 guys who own like all the media, and not even just that. They own the cell phone companies, telecommunications. They own so much, bigwigs. But with the media, they they pump the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So we go and we watch the news, and we're honestly, thinking like, oh, I trust such and such. I believe such and such. Here, I'll pull stuff up. And even though I use CNBC all the time, I'm not saying I'm out here like, oh yeah, I trust. Honestly, I watch them regularly. Still don't even remember all their names because it kind of comes down to that trust issue. And I know a lot of people are like, no, you could trust. I don't know. Crap. Uh, People were just talking about some guy who went from daytime to nighttime, and I can't remember his name. But yeah, for me, it's kind of like, okay, who's kind of pumping them what to say if they're not, deciding to do their own journalism. And that's what you got to pay attention to. Like, some people have been telling me that Rachel Maddow has some pretty good podcasts out. I think one's called Echo, the other one's called Bagman or something. So that's one reason why you may not hear or see me touch on all the topics that are coming out, because one, they're already touching on it. Like, it doesn't need to become this, you know every media source has to touch on this first. Go ahead, I'm just going to let the kings be kings and the queens be queens. Let them do them. They're doing great. It's time for me to find my kind of, I'm not trying to sound like a snake or anything, but it's my way to kind of, maneuver, through all this. And it's like, while they're saying China's in bankruptcy, housing market's crashing, interest rates rising, inflation's up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, y'all handle all that. Okay, y'all got that on lock. BBC, okay, Bloomberg, okay, MSNBC, CNBC, okay, y'all got that on lock. Now, let me kind of just, maneuver on how, going to kind of operate in this realm. So that's why sometimes you may not hear me exactly touch on those topics. I'm like, okay, they're happening now. What's the approach? Now I can work on that as more and more so moving in the future. Kind of like, okay, this is happening. How am I going to approach the situation? Because that's how I do approach my situations. I'm like, okay, My dumbass, holding on to maybe some Chinese stocks, believed in them. Was like, okay, China has 1 billion people. If I get this Chinese Amazon stock, um, in JD.com, if I get this stock, then you know they got they got triple the population of America. This should be well. When you come to start learning, there's wars going on. China has a war with America and its relationship with Russia and its relationship with Taiwan and it possibly being cut off from the world and going into bankruptcy and people are now deciding not to buy homes and whatnot. And you're like, oh, okay, so this has a huge impact on my investment. So those are things that go into the mind, but sometimes I may not reiterate it. Kind of like, what am I thinking about? So um, we'll definitely work on that. Foot Locker was a big one yesterday. Quarter two, or I can't remember what was it. I can't remember. Was it quarter? It wasn't quarter two. Maybe it was quarter three expectations or something. I was looking at it, but well, they paused the dividend. Mary Dillon doing your thing. I see you. A survivor. She's a survivor. Uh, Hanging in there, willing to take that lick. Okay? All right, take it easy. You know, Mary Dillon's willing to take that lick. You know what I'm saying? Because you take that, you go out to your investors and say, we're going to pause y'all dividends. Let's look at the pre-market for Foot Locker today. Just see what the pre-market is. It did negative approximately 33% yesterday. It may cool down a little bit today. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Oh man, gotta get my stuff up. Um, I'm over a buddy's house because my internet and stuff not working, and I think I'm gonna have some people in and out today. They're gonna be moving a bunch of furniture and stuff. Essentially, my situation I'm going through, they're gonna take everything. I'm like, it's all good, I'm like, whatever you need to take, whatever. Okay. Oh, and it's about to do another 28% today. No way. No, I apologize. That was yesterday. And so far it's down approximately 0.6%. I was going to be upset because did a short call position and if it was about to do another 28, I was going, that could have been 60%. But no, it's 0.06. Okay, so it's probably going to cool down a little bit today. People realize, like, look, Foot Locker's not popping like it used to be. Okay? It's not popping. They got a new CEO, you know what I'm saying? Just let it do what it do. Um, but yeah, I can start trying to touch on the news that people are talking about and how I take that news and sit there to myself. Trust me, people see me all the time. I'll be, I'll be sitting there to myself. Okay, Chan, what do you think? What do you think? You got inflation, you got interest, you got Janet Yellen going over to talk to China. You got the housing market still has a lot of demand, but people are not trying to buy these houses at these prices. And I'm going over gold prices are approximately 1900, and I'm going all over this all in my head. Well, I got a tail behind me of children who are just walking behind me, and then finally I'll see something. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? They're like, ooh, we heard you say a bad word. I'm like, be quiet, you know. Like, and they're like, do you talk to yourself? And I'm like, I'm thinking out loud, like to myself, and I'm trying to figure this stuff out. I was like, you do this a lot, you know. I'm like, especially when I was doing investigations. Oh my gosh. I know someone who's a speechwriter. They actually used to do it for for like some people. But they were a speechwriter. So they said, I know how it is because when I'm sitting there and like I'm watching TV or whatever. This would happen with investigations. I'm watching TV or whatever. I'm trying to sit here and kick it with my fam. Another thing about my investigations, again, I'm terminated. Was I was getting all my investigations wrong. I mean, I guess I was the worst investigator in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm constantly thinking, okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting this right? So I'm kind of thinking like, oh, okay, maybe I should put this in my case, put this in my case, put this in my work. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I was working on small cases. I wasn't getting anything. They were throwing me fish heads. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, and knowing that I was ready to get to things like market manipulation, insider trading. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to. I'm like, yo, I want to get to. They're like, oh no, you couldn't handle it. You're not even that good at Excel. You could be looking at millions of numbers every day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, dog, listen, man, with the right training, with the right team of people around me, don't sleep on me. Like, trust me. Like, trust me, don't sleep on me. I've been through it. I'm from the suburbs. I'm not saying I've been through it all, but trust me, even being from the suburbs, I've been through it. Like, you know what I'm saying? A 36-year-old man is not the same for a 36-year-old Caucasian male or female. Okay? If I'm still here, trust me, like I'm probably 2 or 3 years older, in dog years because of all the hypertension and stress and anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Do you not understand real quick? Now I'm going on a sidebar. When black people see a police officer, it immediately goes into oh shit mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, what are they doing around here? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Because we know in our heads, they're the ones that are about to start trouble. Now, maybe, we're not doing all the right things and everything, but we know they come around. It's not like community policing. No, no, no. It don't matter if you're in the suburbs or not. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up, and it's starting to change a little bit. It changed before, then it went predominantly black, and now it's changing again. But during those times when it was predominantly black, I would have police officers walk up to me on many different occasions. But I don't understand why everybody hates the police. Why does everybody want to say, fuck the police? That's how I treat them. They take the way out of jail, but they can't buy freedom, or whatever it is. They're like, listen, I'm a white cop that works in Prince George's County community or whatever. You know what I'm saying? How am I supposed to not arrest black people? I'm like, listen, dude, that sounds like that. Look, I can't help you there, buddy. That's a tough scenario. You're working of, over 60% populated, African American, whatever they call it, blacks, Negroes, coloreds, Afros. I don't know what people call us these days. But and you got to make arrests. I'm sure you have a quota. That's that's a tough job. That's a tough job. Um, but yeah, the amount of hypertension and stress and being picked on at your job, and I used to crack this terrible joke that my spouse didn't like at all. I'm like, yo, I hear your I hear your voice, but I hear the white man talking. Say, no, I'm sorry, shit, I shouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Or I would say, I hear your voice, but I hear Massa talking. You know, because seriously, sometimes, and it's a bad joke. It's a terrible joke. I shouldn't say it. I probably won't say it anymore, because it really pissed off the the black women. Uh, they really pissed them off. They were like, we're not having that. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, because like it's like you go to work or whatever, and you hear your manager, your Caucasian manager or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even sometimes the black ones, um, Asian ones, whatever, talk to you, and it sounds like they're talking to you like a master, like a master. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds really weird. It sounds really strong and dominating, and uh, um, the other words that put you down, condescending, I don't know all these big words or whatever. This is the reason why I probably got terminated. Then you go home. I remember this commercial where this referee, I think it was like a Budweiser commercial or something, and it's a terrible misogynistic commercial, but they were like, man, you really were taking it today at the football game or whatever. And because everybody was yelling at him, are you idiot? Are you blind? Are you stupid? And so they say, man, I don't know how you be a referee, man. That has to be a tough job. Like, I don't know how you do it so well. So then they flip the screen, and he's sitting in a recliner at home, and his wife is sitting there. Are you stupid? Are you blind? Do you not? And he's just sitting there taking it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I would say. It's like, yo, you come home after hearing these things of, man, I remember I had a manager one time tell me I was a habitual copy and paster. I was like, listen, dude, 1 second, okay? You are lucky I know what that word means because you were 1 second away from having you a situation. Let me be a little bit less uneducated and not know what habitual meant. Dude, I don't look. This motherfucker, sitting on Zoom, I would have had to ghost dad him. I would have had to hit the ghost dad. I would have reached through that Zoom and yoked that little peckerwood. Sorry, my bad. Shit, my bad. My bad. I gotta edit that shit out. But oh my bad. And he wasn't even Caucasian. He was one of those like Latinos that, you know what I'm saying. Shit, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. But or Hispanics. I'm sorry, but whatever. That more so lean towards, you know, that side. Uh, which is fine and all. That doesn't bother me at all. But it just kind of bewilders me. Like you come over here. You know what I'm saying? Can't even get your whole family over here. All these stressful situations. I guess you're going that way to protect you and your family. If you go that way, then people are going to leave you alone. There's this whole thing about checking the white box. A lot of people are doing it these days. Asians, you know what I'm saying? People, because they're like, look, man, I'm just trying to get a job or whatever. I'm just even trying to get in the interview. You know what I'm saying? And if I check that black box, I'm screwed. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people have been checking this white box, and it's becoming this thing where they're allowing people to check the white box. You know what I'm saying? Because, okay, you want to check the white box? Yeah, we'll give you the job. People are trans, whatever they want to be now. You know what I'm saying? Transracial. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying, sure, check that box. Now, when you give great results, what box is checked? Let's just say you identify as Caucasian and you get married and you have a fantastic marriage. Marriage lasts 30 years. Well, what box does that go under? Caucasians are able to sustain long marriages. While if you while you're not even really Caucasian, but people identify how they want to identify these days, which is fine, which is cool. I'm not touching on that. But yeah. So there's just a whole lot with that stuff going on. But yeah, so Carolina, the fam, going to be talking at the NASDAQ, I believe, September something. Then we also have one thing that's been kind of funny to me is this office situation. Everything I was just discussing, this office situation. People don't want to go back to the office. It's a ghost town. Now, my concerns with not going back to the office is everybody's going to become stereotypical. So there's this narrative of fear that gets pushed a lot. People constantly want to put fear into your hearts. Be scared. Look at the Taliban. Look at the terror. Not saying that's not a reality. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? We're getting towards 2024. It's an election year. So you're going to have one candidate pumping, look what we've done. We've changed so many lives. The stock market's the best it's been. The economy is the best it's been. Blah, blah, blah. Then you're going to have the other one saying something about fear, most likely. Pumping that stuff. When I was in office, how many people did we save from the Taliban? Remember when it gets dark? Who turns on the light? And then people are like, oh, yes, yes. So, shit, I got a couple people already hitting me, getting this day started. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to try to call them back in a second. I'll send them a message. Call you. I'll call you back. Okay, I'll call them right back. So, this going back to the office, okay? In my personal opinion, if I had a company, I could be wrong. If I had a company, my employees would be begging to come back to the office. We would be working hard, achieving a mission. Maybe not making money. I don't know. There's a possibility. The money hopefully would be, that's my job as captain. Okay? If I was a captain of a ship, and I say there's some booty in Djibouti, not Djibouti, because I don't want to go hit Djibouti, but let's just say something else, in another country. You know what I'm saying? But let's say there's some booty, and I'm leading these people to this booty, and we're in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Days in, people getting heat stroke, scars, infections, diseases, and I get somewhere and there's no booty. Oh, you best believe they're gonna decapitate me, and I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would take. That's how I would approach situations. You gotta approach situations with that hunger and that intelligence. You gotta be thirsty for it, but also very intelligent. You know how you approach the situation. So if I had a company, I would imagine people would be like, man, I can't wait to get back to the office, hang out with that drunk loser, my CEO. But he has a good heart. He cares about people. And to an extent, he's no nonsense. See, the thing is, I've never really been able to be the king that I am because I've always been afraid to intimidate people or scare people. Because there is a part of me when I get to that level, when I want to win, I can get very assertive and very focused. It's like another switch in my brain turns on. It's like, I don't know if you've ever been inside of a race car. Race cars have like 2 or 3 switches for, like, you know, when they want to cut the gas off, when they want to cut it on, or maybe the NOS or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So you're going fast, and then you can cut on like a switch to cut on another gas tank. So this car may have like 2 gas tanks. So they have one on, and then they flip the switch. The second one comes on. That gives them more gas to go faster. You know, the shit goes crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, I think we're going to hit 450 miles per hour. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just joking about that, but that's what happens sometimes. So now I have to get through the ranks, but it would be lovely to be able to be in a position where you have security to an extent. If you're fucking up, you're fucking up, you know, but also I can be a king. Like, I can rule. Like, come on now, let's move forward. What's the goal? And have great people around me. That's what it's about, is having great people around you. It's not about doing all this by myself, but it's kind of like, okay, let's get this done. And I can tell you one thing about me. I'm unorthodox. Like, I have unorthodox foundation, but when it comes to taking over shit or trying to acquire more, now I'm not no Wells Fargo. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if we got to get our hands dirty or we got to get out there and do something, that's how we're going to do it. But we're not going to do no Wells Fargo shit and do some false, fake shit. You know what I'm saying? And then just try to get fined or put fentanyl in people's water. And then when they start passing out, just pay $1 billion fine. But hey, look, we made $12 billion. Great. Fantastic. That's the way you want to do things? Go ahead. I got you. I make joke about the shit. Man, we should just put the fentanyl in people's water. And then just people, you know, and then it's dead. Not actually execute it and kill a bunch of people and go through a crisis and then wonder why it's happening and then put out a Vice media special that these are the fentanyl drug dealers. Please stop it. We know who the real opium and whatever dealers are, but we can't attack them. How are we going to attack them? They got so much shit on lock, you know? But going back to the office, last thing is that's pissing me off is, how do these people expect these people to go back to the office? How? Why? There's a quote by, I believe, Frederick Douglass that says, I'd rather, you know the quote. It's nothing new. I'd rather fight on my feet than live on my knees, or something like that. These people, they go back to that office. They know it now. COVID opened our minds, our hearts, our eyes. We thought we were in control, and we found out we weren't. We found out these people were literally, oh snap. Introducing the Listener Support Program, fueling the future and quality of House of Barf. Dear loyal listeners, at the House of Barf, we strive to bring you the most engaging, informative, and entertaining content every day into the world of business, accounting, regulation, and finance. We strive to provide you with expert knowledge, practical tips, and thought-provoking discussions to help you excel in your financial endeavors. We are dedicated to fostering meaningful conversations, sharing valuable insights, and creating a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about business, accounting, regulation, and finance. Producing high-quality content requires dedication, resources, and effort from a talented team of one, me, but in the future, hopefully I'll have a team. That's why we are excited to introduce our listener support program. This initiative allows you, our cherished audience members, to play a pivotal role in shaping the future and the content and assuring House of Bar's sustainability. In the future, becoming a supporter, you will be able to enjoy a range of exclusive benefits. Benefits that I'm hoping to be able to bring eventually: early access to episodes, access to episodes that are not, public, that are not accessible to everyone, possibly even create better content. And then all those mistakes I make, maybe I'll put them in a separate episode. You'll be able to get some behind the scenes stuff, and other exclusive things such as merchandise. Possibly I have a children's book coming out, may be able to offer that. Your support goes directly towards enhancing the quality of our content, expanding our reach, our research, and investing in new resources and technology to bring you even better experiences. Your contribution will help us continue to deliver thought-provoking discussions, captivating stories, and insightful no, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Maybe in the future, may possibly interview someone that will keep you engaged and inspired. Join us in shaping the future of House of Barf by becoming a supporter today. Your generosity empowers us to keep our conversations alive and ensures that we can contribute to provide valuable content to audiences around the United States and hopefully in the future of the world. To support us, simply visit podcasters.spotify.com. Then you can get to House of Barf. Also, it is on Spotify. And support this podcast and become a supporter and choose a membership tier that aligns with your preferences. Every contribution, no matter how small or how big, makes a meaningful impact and is deeply appreciated. Thank you for being an essential part of our journey. With your support, we can reach new heights and create content that truly resonates with you, our incredible listeners. God bless. Happy listening. I'm Chanman. This is House of Barf. Again, if you would like, you can visit podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/Chan-man7. Then you can go to support this podcast and become a supporter today. Thank you. You can also reach me at c287gph@gmail.com. Thank you again. You have a wonderful day. God bless. My bad. Yo. What's good? Champion House of Barf. My bad. Just had situation. The phone was about to die, and when the phone dies and you're recording, it does not save that recording, and it's very possible that recording didn't need to be saved. But the only people who are going to want to go back to the office, one, you got the executives that are pushing the narrative. Oh yeah, we want to get back to the office. We love it. And dare you say, I really didn't love it. You'll see them turn into like, don't you say that. Trust me, I did it. It was a bad idea. When COVID first happened, there was this narrative of like, I don't want to go home and work. I want to stay in the office. I can't stay focused unless I'm in the office. And who am I going to socialize with? I live by myself. I was like, I'm good. I want to go home. I want to work from home. I want to wake up in my bed, work in bed. And everybody, just not everybody, but a few people, oh my gosh, that is so messed up. You don't want to be a part of this. wonderful family. You don't want to communicate with us? I'm like, actually, not really. But it really pissed people off. So I learned, don't say that shit. Now I can almost guarantee you all of these people, the ones who are pumping that narrative, are sitting there saying, man, I really don't feel like going back to the office. It's not traveling. People love traveling. All right. We love using the corporate card to go travel. I never got the opportunity to use it, but I see people, they use it all the time. They use the corporate card to buy books that are related to our job. These people, they love this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not the socialization, love the socialization. It's the way the corporate politics, even to an extent. There are people who are upset at the way Caucasians, Asians, Latinos, whatever, at the way they see other groups get treated, whether it's the gays, whether it's the trans, whether it's the rock and roll Caucasians or the goth Caucasians, or whether, I'm going to say it, the blacks. There's other groups who really can't stand seeing that shit. Even though they're not being treated like that, there are people who can't stand being around it, and they know what's going on. They know what's going on because they reach out to those people, and they say, yo, that's really messed up how anytime you have a thought or a question that we all are thinking, or other people have asked, and you were just kind of saying, hey, could we verify that question? People lash out at you or yell at you, take your bonus away, put you in the corner with no work to do, just fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And it bothers them. There's been people who've had privilege who put in HR cases because they say, this is ridiculous. I've been with this company 6 months and I've moved up 3 times already. This lady has been here 15 years. 15 years. At some point, somebody has to even say to them, you know how executives always say, I can't do anything unless you say something to me. You know what I'm saying? To an extent, I get it. I'm like, okay, I got you. It's true. If I don't know what somebody's thinking, I can't help them. And at the same time, as a person in leadership, I can't pick favorites. I can't go out there and just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? But to an extent, you see somebody in a role for 15 years. This story is it's actually a true story. Like, I remember the lady, such a sweet lady, didn't smoke, didn't drink, came to work every day on time. Just, I hate to say, just a normal black woman. You know what I'm saying? Lived probably in the same, I don't know where she lived, but, and this is the real thing that's really sick when you go to places like that. The natives of that place, I don't really want to say the city or whatever, but they don't do shit. They got the smaller roles. They don't get paid much. And then you got the people who come from different cities, New York or, DC or Maryland, wherever, surrounding cities. And they move to these places. They take the higher paying jobs. They move to the better communities. And the people who have been there 15, 30 years do not get these opportunities. Maybe a few of them, not a lot of them. And you look at this shit, and this shit is a bother. It's a real bother, you know? So, I had a buddy of mine who was actually Asian who put in an HR request for this black lady because he was just so sick and tired of it. He got with the company, we were working for a financial company. My buddy didn't even know what a stock was. He said, Chan, I went in the interview. I just needed a job. I got student loans. I got a girlfriend. I want to buy our house. We're in an apartment right now. And to an extent, I just kind of bullshitted my way through the process. This guy, he's moving up. Now, me and him met, I was with the company already for probably about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. And they didn't want to give me tuition reimbursement. They wanted to bring me on as a contractor initially, had to do that. I had to go through all these loops. This dude gets hired, few months, he's in, a frontline role, whatever. A few months later, he's in the role that I had to work like 2 years to get. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't bother me at all. But he started noticing things. And the reason why I think he started noticing things was me and him connected because we were both from Maryland. He was actually from VA, Northern VA. I was from Maryland, DMV. Um, so I think he kind of saw things a little differently as well. See, in a city like, Maryland, whatever, it's kind of grind to get it. So you're used to lying, stealing, killing, whatever you got to do to get ahead, and it's fair game because it's for all of us. At the same time, they sugarcoat it with acting like everybody gets along and we all get along. We're all a team. One America. It's like, no, motherfucker, stop it. Because at the end of the day, where do you go? You go to Montgomery County. I go to Prince George's. He goes to Northern VA, and we know Northern VA. They got all the East Africans out there. We know Montgomery County got all the Caucasians and Asians. We know Prince George's has all the blacks. So stop it. That's the thing that saves the DMV from turning into the Wild West. You know what I'm saying? Because we have these sugar coats. It's not as much religion as it is in like the Midwest. In the Midwest, Christianity really determines the way we carry ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm about to go kill this dude or fuck him up, you know what I'm saying, in a storage unit somewhere, um, my Christianity takes over. Says, leave vengeance in the hands of God and stuff like that. I would say more so the East Coast from my experience, what saves you is, man, don't let this man don't let his actions determine your actions or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You being a little punk bitch, you about to get mad because he fucked your bitch, and now you gonna fight him over that bitch. Let him be her problem. That's more so the mentality of like the DMV. It's not like, do you think God would want you to do this? Not nobody says that shit in the DMV. You know what I'm saying? So you got some Caucasian that's being racist towards you, and you want to whoop their ass. You can't, because people are like, well, what did he say racist, or what did she say racist? Compared to if it was the Midwest, and I say somebody's doing some racist shit towards me, then people would be like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. We're going to get on top of this shit right now because of our code. Our code is different, and we've experienced it. We know the war zones, the bus stops, the jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're more aware of it, compared to what I would say somebody in the DMV. You know what I'm saying? But so my buddy actually had to put in a case for this lady to help her get another job, because he was like, this is fucked up how they treat, in his case, how they treat black people. You know what I'm saying? And everybody always says it. Why don't black people just get up and fight? It's like, dude, we have. We have. It's like, dude, listen, did you ever hear about the Black Wall Street? You know what I'm saying? Tulsa, Oklahoma. We were building our own shit, minding our own business. They came and burnt the whole city down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people think that you're not trying to create opportunities, or you just want to sit around and eat watermelon and be lazy, smoke your ganja, drink your cognac. You know what I'm saying? That's what people think, but it's like, no, not at all. From the Shakespeare days all the way up until today, we know how it all goes down. It's been implemented for years. They need certain people to get the recognition, and they need certain people to work the fields. So, going back to the office, people don't want, even the privileged people don't want to be around that toxic shit. Because they also have to be the leader who got the job for what reason? Because they were cool with another executive in another office who put in a good word for them, who advocated for them, who put them under their wing. While this person who's been sitting here working, busting their tail, not creating no controversy, coming to work every day with a smile, does their job, head down. Yes, we could work more on more projects, being a part of more projects. We could work more on joining employee groups. We could work more on socializing with our counterparts. But sometimes you're like, you know what? I'm not getting into all that. I'm not getting into all that. And people just come for you. They just come for you. And you're just like, damn, is that serious? So, on the other end, the people who've been through it do not want to go back to the office. That's why what we're looking at is a reflection of the way corporations have been treating their employees for years. The only thing that these corporations can't do right now, again, treating things like the Midwest or the Wild West or whatever, compared to like the DMV. Let's say this was the Midwest. Those corporations would be sending in their goons and pulling your ass out of your house and putting you in that cubicle, yoking you up by your neck and saying, "You racial slur, get back in your cubicle." And you'd be sitting there like, "Oh, shit, they got me. Honey, can you go ahead and call up the daycare? We're going to have to start dropping little Timmy and little Susan off at the daycare." It's like, why? "Honey, I got to get back to work." "Honey, I can't work from home anymore. They actually want me to be back in the office." "I know, I need to get a new job. I know." All right. So you got to work on, the corporations. They can't just mutilate us anymore and just throw us in the fucking fields or whatever. So what do they got to do? They got to actually address themselves. They got to say, okay, what did we do wrong that people don't want to come back to the office? We put up a gym. We gave them a cafeteria. They have a pond that they can walk around. So what did we do wrong? Well, motherfucker, thank you for the pond. It's great. It's nice. I've actually walked around it. It's actually very nice. And thank you for the cafeteria. The cafeteria ladies, initially, they were a bit racist, but me and them, we get along now, you know? And it's different. Racism comes in different ways. It's like, "Oh, so do you work here?" It's like, bitch, this is an employee cafeteria, you know? So you got to go through shit like that. You got to get through those trenches. But, and thank you for the gymnasium. It used to be free, but now you're charging $11 a month. It's okay. $11, that's nothing. There's nobody in there anyway, so I enjoy it. Thank you so much. However, I never had the opportunities to grow. Anytime I had expressed a thought, I was always ridiculed and reprimanded for those thoughts. Nobody ever talks to me. Not saying that I've went out of my way to talk to them either, but I don't talk to anybody. I get treated like a child. No, this has nothing to do with you. But then when I go home, I got my own personal issues, and I'm really in a torturous situation. And I'm going through this. But look, does anybody else want to be here in the office either? Do you really think people just want to be at home beating off or fucking their spouse or smoking their drugs or growing their cannabis plant? Do you really think that's the reason why everybody wants to stay home? No, not at all. You trust me, you can grow a cannabis plant and still go to work. You can still go to work and trade your stocks. No, that's not the reason. I don't want to go back into that toxic environment where the Caucasians that come in 6, 7 years behind me are now, no, it's not hating on them. It's now they're leading meetings. Now they're getting groomed to become a manager, supervisor, an executive. I've been here 6, 7 years, 10 years, 16 years, and have not once had an opportunity. I've literally every day have had to go to war, for my job, whether it's reaching out to HR, whether it's reaching out to my manager's manager, whatever it is, every day, every second, every minute she can get it. If you were bad, throw your hands up. But not every hour, every minute, every month, every year, been here has been a battle. And we can pretend that such and such, the black woman or the black man that seems to get along with everybody and everybody likes, the AKA Martin Luther King Jr., the black one that everybody says that's the good one. We can pretend that they're happy as well. But you don't understand. It's a different fight. It's like the butler. You got some people who fight a certain way. You got certain people who fight a different way. They're fighting. Trust me, they're stressed out. They're just fighting a different way. They're going the approach that is smart. They're getting along with everybody. They're, whatever it is, moving to the right communities, buying the right car, whatever it is, they're doing it. They're doing it and they're doing it right. But trust me, at night, when they go to the Wiggly Piggly, the black bar or whatever, not even the black bar, the Asian bar, the Caucasian bar, but the bar where they can kind of let out that frustration. They're like, man, I just went to the Nats game with my coworkers, and it was all the Caucasian coworkers. I was the only black person invited. That shit eats at them. I told you, even sometimes, I didn't tell you, but I'm just discussing. Even sometimes people with privilege, they can't be around it. They're like, yo, this isn't right. We're reprimanding these people while we just go to Nats games, drinking beer like crazy. And then we go to work and we reprimand this person for trying to do their job. They just may not be as good as us, but they don't have the same training and mentorship either. You know what I'm saying? So even sometimes it can get to them as well. But this is why I think people don't want to get back to the office. This is my personal opinion. They say sometimes, last thing, they say sometimes when you want to get somebody off of a drug or a substance or something, a lot of people will take the bottle and they'll pour it down the drain. Or they'll take the cigarette and they'll stomp on it on the floor. And people will say the addiction was never actually addressed. You took I don't know what you would call it. You took whatever it is, for the substance or whatever. You took but I don't even know what you would call it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the substance or whatever, but I would say, I guess, like the control. No, it's not the control. You took, I don't know, the subject or something, but you didn't approach the trigger. What is triggering this? And I'm not saying go out and touch somebody and say, oh, okay, now let me try to go to somebody and say, well, why is it that you smoke? Because that's just going to probably irritate them as well, too. But, you know what I'm saying? But essentially why is it? Why is it that you have so many anger issues? Why is it that you like to smoke back to 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 back? Why is it that you like to drink so much? Why is it that you have to fuck all the time? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. Whatever it is. I tried to sex it away. And tried to put it with my hair. But, any days, something like that. But why is it? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? And slowly but surely, you'll start hearing like some shit that's like, yo, I've been trying to kill myself over the years. I've never liked myself, or, um, or whatever it is. I used to watch my parents do it, and I want to be just like them, or whatever. Even people who don't smoke or drink, it's like, yo, I used to watch my parents do it, and I just don't ever want to be around that shit. To an extent, we all have our stories. You know what I'm saying? Of what's going on. So that's more so what you would want to approach. If I was an executive, I'm not fixing up the office any more than I got to. I've done that, did it. It's time to address what's going on. And the only way you can address it is by calling everybody up and saying, what the fuck is going on with y'all motherfuckers? Y'all know I'm paying for these buildings. I'm losing money every time your asses are not in them. So I got my issues. But what really is going on? What is going on? What did I do to you? Why do y'all hate me so much? And it may not be the CEO, but the organization. Why do you hate it so much? What is going? Do you really just want to sit at home, or is there another issue? Because that needs to be addressed. And guess what? If you ever play games like The Sims or Hospital or I don't know, Tycoon Roller Coaster or whatever, you learn you have to address these situations. Because if you don't, your hospital or whatever it is will fall apart slowly but surely. There'll be trash everywhere, throw up places. It's all falling apart and you're losing control. And that's what you got more so. And I'm not a CEO. I don't know how the CEO shit works. If I had to take a guess, it's more so like, I don't give a fuck. They better get their asses on the yoke or whatever it's called, and they better pull until they either die or I tell them stop. So, CEOs and those bigwigs, they got a different mentality. But me, I would approach it differently, man. We got a serious situation. We got to worry about sexual harassment. Not saying I've ever been a part of it, but you see it all the time. You see the guys at the women's desk or cubicles all the time. You see the women at the handsome guy's desk all the time. You know what I'm saying? And some people may be comfortable, some people may not. You know what I'm saying? Like you see that shit going on, and not even to mention the other shit, the where people are actually like getting raped or whatever. And trust me, I've heard stories like people with offices closing doors, and I'm talking about sometimes people can be married as well, and what do they want to say? Chan, I think I just got raped, and I'm like, yo, you need to call the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna try to victimize you either, but what was you doing going to his office like every day? You know what I'm saying? But um, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta, there's a lot that goes on in the office. A lot. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are saying, I have no idea what he's talking about. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I just be hearing about shit. That shit's just crazy. Um, so we got the sexual harassment, we got the patronizing, the misogynic culture, the racism, all this stuff. And I'm not saying it's going on at every office, but these situations got to be addressed. And I know people say we're trying our best to address it. Whenever you get out of the situation, can you honestly say if you tried your best or not, or were you just being another politically bureaucratic, whatever it is? Sometimes you got to break rules. Rules are made to be broken, literally. They're made to be broken. Literally. The only way you can make a rule is if it's going to be broken. That's the only thing a rule is. It's made to be broken. I can't make a rule for you that you can't break. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless I just want to cover all my, you know, dot all my I's and cross all my T's. I'm just going to start making up rules that don't make sense. You know, literally, the rules are made to be broken. So, that stuff is just getting frustrating. So, gonna get ready to get into these markets. Got to do my research. Got a lot I got to get done. Got already people starting to call just for things I got to get done. People pressing me out, breaking my neck. Don't break your neck. Come on. Break your neck. Come on. That's just a Busta Rhymes, right? But yeah, going to get started on this day. And again, as I've stated, people tell me all the time, your apologies don't mean shit. All that shit you be talking and then you want to apologize. Yo, listen, let me tell you how much on the limb. Like, I really love everyone. I really do. To an extent, I may even have a conversation with some of the most vile people just to hear what they have to say. And not try to change their thinking, but just to hear what they have to say. I think everybody should be heard. Everything. I would chill with the most sweetest person in the world. Like, I have nothing against anybody. I hope some of the views and comments that I make can be understood to an extent. Joking, but also not joking, I guess. Serious, but not serious, whatever. Um, and hope that it's not the reality and that I'm just a mid-30s dumbass, naive from the Midwest who's a backwards thinking, cotton picking, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I love everyone. Um, I'm trying to get to a point where last thing. One thing I love about sports, music, things like these is for the most part, racism may not play a huge factor with your teammates. Now, if you go to, I don't know, stadiums, maybe people might be chucking bananas at you or something. Get out of here. But like with your teammates and everything, it's camaraderie. It's the best feeling in the world. It's one of the best feelings in the world. To an extent, how people say chasing trains or you're chasing your highs. I wish I could get feelings like that. Being part of a team, the camaraderie, and it's all about the game, or it's all about the music, or it's all about the cuisine. That's all we're on. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of the best feelings in the world when you're part of a team and y'all are on like together. Like no matter how bad or good you are, we're a team or a band, whatever it is. Oh yeah, music. I said music already. So I am so much for that. Respecting and acknowledging people's differences, but not being prejudiced, stereotypical, or racist or anything because of their difference. I don't want everybody to be fucking a robot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into that. I want everybody to be different. But also, when we get together at the grocery store or in society or in the community, it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to the next door neighbors, you know what I'm saying, to have dinner or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And not so much, oh man, who's the coons moving into the neighborhood? Oh shit, there goes the neighborhood. Oh crap, we need to up our security. It's like, what in the world? Is that go-go music? They need to quiet that music down. It's so loud. What's with all those, like, what's all that? Look at how many cars do they need? Why do they have so many cars? It's like, man, yeah, yeah. Nah, man, nah. I'm about the camaraderie. I told you, I'm King Kumbaya. Trust me, I get people all the time. Jan, you just want us all to sit around in a circle and smoke weed and, get along and hold hands. Hell nah. Hell nah. Conflict is a part of life. So I've even took it to the reason why we're so strong. Not all of us, because we all didn't. Some of us were C-sectioned, which is fine. But unless you were C-sectioned, coming out of that womb was a conflict. It was a change of your life. From day one, you were fighting to breathe. That's what life is. That's the rest of your life. It's going to be a fight. I'm not sitting here saying we should all just be hippies or whatever. I don't even know if that's a politically correct term or not, or if that's slander or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's going to be a fight, and we got to take it on, So that's all it is, but we can figure out a way that we can all, rich, poor, we don't have to have the 99%ers versus the 1%. We don't have to have this war. We got to figure out, is there a way that we can all kind of figure this out? I know for some reason billionaires want to become multi-billionaires and multi-billionaires want to become trillionaires or whatever. But it's like, okay, is there a way that we can figure this out? These 1% of people over here are saying that they're not getting paid minimum wage. I think I've hit $1 trillion. Is there any way we can kind of level this? Like, can we kind of figure this out? These women over here are saying that they're getting paid 80 cents on the dollar, while these men are getting paid, I don't know, 90 cents or a dollar out of a dollar. Is there any way can we figure this out? Can we level this out? These blacks over here are saying that they're getting terminated and they're not getting the same opportunities as their Caucasian or Asian counterparts or Hispanic counterparts. Is there a way that we may be able to address this? Could there be any truth in it? And not saying that we all got to, be perfect, but the main thing is today it's me, tomorrow it might be you. It may be something different. I've heard Caucasians talking about there's a campaign on kill whitey or kill the white man. I said, there ain't no such thing. I said, yeah, no, there's a campaign on kill the white man or kill whitey. I said, you kidding me? What are you watching? And they say, look at these movies. What do you get? And I'm like, yo, actually, I saw that movie in theaters, and everybody did cheer when they killed him. I was like, oh shit. So how can we not? Okay, so if we have this campaign for Kill Whitey, is there any way we can kind of? Can we make? I know people are saying, you bitch ass. I can't stand you, Chan. White people got everything. Look, is there any way that we can kind of not make Caucasians feel like we all want them dead, or that we all want to have sex with them to erase their race? So we have all these Drake and Patrick Mahomes babies. No, I'm kidding. But because that's what white people, they say that they think that everybody's going to try to sleep with them so that nobody's white anymore. And it's like, no, dog, people love Caucasians. People love Europeans. Come on. For a period of time, everybody wanted to be Italian. You know, at the time, I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to be Irish or everybody wanted to be a WASP. At some point, everybody wants to be from Britain, Great Britain. Come on, stop it. People love Caucasians. We we don't like some of the history and some of the current things going on, but people love America. Everybody, not everybody. I know a lot of people that don't have any intentions on coming to the States anytime in their life. But people want to come to America. And when they think about America, you know what they think of? You think they think of blacks? No, they think of Caucasians. People want to come here and make friends with a Caucasian. You know, come on, stop it, man. People love Caucasians. It's just, yeah, we just got some things, we got some wrinkles that we got to iron out. That's all it is. We got some things we got to address. That's all it is. No, trust me. Would love to have a Caucasian on the team if I'm going to war. And not even just any war. Let's just say it's a community against the government. We got a situation. Our sidewalks aren't getting paved. Our streets aren't getting paved. Like, come on. It wouldn't matter. Blacks, Latinos, Caucasians. I would love to Asians. Have them all on the team. Would love it. You know? Because I know with all of us together, we're going to get shit done. What would I say? The blacks probably kind of were working on it, starting it, trying to campaign, push it. It's not really getting heard. They probably linked up with the Latinos. The Latinos are helping out. They're using their connections. Asians, they're starting to drip in. They're starting to come in. Caucasians get in. Caucasians sometimes got connections. Oh, let me just make this phone call to this person. And it's like, oh shit, really? This is what's going on in your community? Okay. And all together, we were able to get shit done. And we can all go our separate ways and come together again and everything. It doesn't have to be we're all best friends holding hands and singing songs in circles. No. You know, we still got a bunch of differences and stuff that we got to work out. You may have grew up in a community that really doesn't like to acknowledge anything but, I guess blue-eyed, blonde hair or Christianity or something. Do you know how many wrinkles we're going to have to iron out if you move to Prince George's County? Like, it's going to be a lot of ironing. But I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I got a couple people I got to hit on. I got a couple applications I got to fill out, and then I got to get to this market. Thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decides to stop by and kick it with your man, Chan. Please, I hope you know that I love you. We're all God's property. Thank you for your time. Hope you love me back. I'm Chan Man. This is House of Barf. I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Manxton's Coolamade Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Manxton's Coolamade Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Manxton's Coolamade Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Manxton and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Manxton sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Manxton and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Manxton, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Manxton learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Manxton set savings goals teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Mankson's Cool-Made Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Mankson's Cool-Made Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Mankson, Zonke, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Mankson's Cool-Made Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Mankson's Cool-Made Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers with a background in finances. I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Mankson's Cool-Made Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right. Thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless.